Movie notes on Hotel Rwanda, 2004 film, 7 August 2024 viewing. So watch this on Wednesday, 7 August 2024. I'm filming this a few days later on Saturday, 10 August 2024. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And I watched it, I thought about it, ruminated about my movie notes, and so I'm going through and I'm gonna provide my notes from this past viewing. And I decided for coming up with a description here, I decided to try something that I've been working on with myself. And that's when something traumatic has happened or bad has happened or whatever in my life. Reframing it to be a positive or less intense. And so Hotel Rwanda deals with a very intense topic. And so I decided to see, can we reframe it so that the words being used to describe what happened are non-triggering? All right, the press is sensationalized and it's meant to knock people off their feet and make them insecure and feel horrible about themselves and yada, yada, yada. So can I at least try and like put it into speakable terms, right? The goal with something that happened in Rwanda back in 1994 is for it to not happen again. So we need non-sensationalized words that are non-triggering so that we can actually discuss those things. So this is what I came up with was, this is a biographical film about Rwandan man Paul Rusesabagina providing sanctuary for Tutsi and Hutu during the 1994 Hutu-Tutsi conflict in Rwanda. There was also a Hutu-Tutsi conflict in Burundi, but I think it was switched. In one, it was like the minority got attacked. In one, it was like the majority got attacked. I did a passion project when I lived in Africa. I was attending university at Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University in South Africa. I brought this up before, on the genocide in Burundi. So not Rwanda. This is, but this is the more it talked about in the United States of America, at least thus far in my life. And I was born approximately 1993, so this was actually during my lifetime. This conflict is what I've decided to determine here. And there's one scene, so it's there's also a book. I didn't look it up, so I'm not going to put it in the video description, but there is a book, and I've read the book. And he was somebody who I thought was a man ahead of his time, and I still is a bit of ahead of his time, and somebody who really did a good job of don't be triggered, don't use triggering words, don't do that. And he saved people because he was able of being a clear communicator with like what I would term for myself boring terminology, right? It's about being clear and transparent and honest to help the people out at the hotel. Yes. And so I didn't decide to put that part into the video description because you gotta watch it. So he's providing sanctuary, but I'm not gonna say in what medium because there's a hotel that's central to it, so Hotel Rwanda, but there's it expands beyond the scope of the hotel as well. So I'm not putting it in there because I don't want people to overly fixate on hotels because then they think about travel and when are they going to Bora Bora? And that's not the point of this music, not this music video, this movie notes video. Okay. In terms of, is there anything, so this is my own personal copy, personal collection. I even have, when the DVD was released, they came with Amnesty International. You can donate money, and I still have the original Amnesty International donation slip. I studied the genocide in Burundi of my own choice when I lived in Africa. So that was my doing something to be informing myself from a place far more appropriate to learn about it because the documentation in Africa is very different than the documentation here in the United States of America. So I'm filming this in the Seattle area, Washington State, United States of America. And I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. But did I have any fun takeaway? I don't know if it was a fun takeaway, but I was watching and there's this scene where the water gets cut off to the hotel. So the only water they have left for survival, like drinking, that kind of stuff, is the pool water. and I was just thinking of like how petty American swimmers can be, and how, you know, people scooping the water out of the pool, they'd be like, you know what the American swimmers at the top would do? They'd be like, what are you doing? That's my lane 4. What are you doing, you asshole? Put the water back. You know, just like, I was just like, oh, America. Like, yeah. But yeah, you know, like, they'd be like, put the water back. I named my kid August. I love Mother Teresa. I paid my dues, man. Put the water back. Don't survive, you know, that's meant for swimming. So, yeah, there's people in the world with real problems, and I appreciate that Hollywood put the effort to make a movie and share this story. So there's that in some form, whether or not people listen to it. So there we go. This is my movie notes on Hotel Rwanda, 2004 film, 7 August 2024 viewing.